Hello, my name is Josh Horton, and I made Checkmate along with its other 7 corresponding films that you guys will see a bit later. Yeah, these have been, this whole collection is probably one of my favorites. One of my favorite things I've ever done in my entire life, just because it was so short notice and I put in an incredible amount of time and effort into everything, and it just worked out really well, and I had a lot of friends that got to join in and help me out, and that was really cool. So Checkmate is the first one. Kind of funny story, I made these films for a challenge called Kiddie Pool. I have some friends out in Iowa who run a thing called Kiddie Pool, and basically it's to make 7 short films in 7 weeks. So like a short film each week. You had to make it by Friday at 10 p.m. And yeah, so my first one, I had no idea what I was going for. And then me and my girlfriend went to a Goodwill and found that there was a chessboard in the game section. And that kind of sparked the whole idea about creating this chess film. I don't know, I love the idea of chess. I never played, so I learned, my girlfriend taught me the day before shooting. Yeah, and it was really fun, and I like the idea of the intricate movement and pieces of chess and how it all comes together, and the foreknowledge you need for the later game, like making moves before to set yourself up for a good ending. And I think it's really helped me in film. I kind of picture chess as a great tool for understanding how good films work. And so, yeah, so it's been a couple months, actually, yeah, like 6-7 months, I think, since I filmed it, and I've gotten a lot better at chess. It's really fun. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. So I didn't, like, shooting this first film, Checkmate, I didn't actually know that I was gonna film anything corresponding to it later on. So this was just an end in itself. Yeah, so the fact that it's became a whole series of 7 films that all connect together is pretty crazy, and yeah, something I'm really proud of, and yeah, definitely put a lot of my heart and time into it. Yeah, so for this first film, I just wanted to create a chess game that I could film and make intricate, and I love classical music. My roommate Ian Fawcett also has a bunch of films on here, has really helped me get into classical music, and I love that, so I wanted to create sort of more of an art piece rather than a film. I like to think of films as art, because they are, and yeah, so I just wanted to create something that was really pretty and funny. I like to have comedy in my films a bunch. So me and my girlfriend Elise woke up and we kind of just went for it. I didn't have a chess game in mind. We kind of just played it out. So the chess game for this film, there's later films that have real chess games, but this one is just pieces and parts of a chess game that eventually lead to the checkmate of me, which actually surprisingly was not a checkmate, but we're just gonna pretend it is, because yeah. So it was really fun, and we shot in the morning. I had to move everything, like the house. It was my mom's house that we shot in, a bunch of plants and just beautiful wood. Just my ideal setting for it. Just looked like an old vintage house that was really pretty, and the lighting was fantastic. And yeah, so we cleaned up everything and then put 2 chairs on the side of this, and then put the chessboard on there, and kind of just messed around with the shots and figured out how to go along with everything. We had one really cool shot that was a bird's eye view, and for that I literally got like yarn, and then we have a oh my goodness, like a ceiling lamp. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, and then I put the yarn on it and then put it on my camera and made sure it was as center as I could possibly get it, and then just filmed from up there with a 8mm lens, which is super wide, and got the entire thing, which was so cool. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I guess I'll talk about the furthering of this. So the next film, we did watch parties each Friday for the films that we created. And so on the Friday that I made Checkmate, the whole kiddie pool, like everybody in it, watched the films. And one guy said that there was a person a while ago in one of the other seasons that created like ongoing films, because usually they're just separate films each week of different things. And that kind of struck me pretty heavily, and I was like, wow, I could possibly like do something. So the funniest thing is that in the first film, right at the end, I lose, and then I'm pretty butthurt about losing. So I get up from the chair, it's all wobbly, and then I walk to the kitchen. Yeah, and then that very much plays into Douglas's entire journey of I wouldn't say finding himself, but learning more about chess and having this whole adventure of understanding who he is and what's holding him back and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's quite a fun thing to look back at. I made each one of these films, except for the last one, in a week. And I would say, without a doubt, although they're weekly films, they have an incredible amount of production that went into them, and thought, and yeah. So, yeah, they're very cool. Yeah, had some really cool people help me with them, and yeah. So that is Checkmate. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm sure there is, but I can't think of anything right now. And look out for our next one coming soon. It's called Chefmate. Yeah, all of them are already filmed, but they're gonna be shown timely. I don't know. Yeah, thank you for listening. My name is Josh, and I made Checkmate.